everyone, and welcome to the news for the week of December 12th, 2022. I am joined this week by Maxi. Hello, Maxi.
Hello.
And yeah, we've got a bit of an interesting news segment this week. Obviously, the Game Awards have happened. And last time we did this and we talked about everything that was announced, I didn't realize there were like 51 things, and we got about a third through the list. And I was like, I can't do this anymore, Maxi. It's 31 minutes long. So as per Maxi's recommendation, we're going to each pick our top 4 things that we're interested in draft pick style. Back and forth.
Exactly. So we're going to treat it like a draft pick. We're going to order it. Like we're going to do top 4 each, going from number 4 to number 1. So it will be in order for the things that we're most excited for. And then we're just going to chuck in something that like we don't really care about that much.
Yeah, we actually we're in agreement of the thing that we're least excited for. And it's definitely going to get a few people really angry. Because I feel like it's a game where you either love it or you hate it. And there is no in between. There is absolutely zero middle ground, and it's
I've never heard someone say this game was just okay.
It's mid. I've never heard someone say that it's mid.
It was all right.
It's all right. So
guys, obviously, as everybody knows, the Game Awards happened a couple of days ago. Well, like 4 days ago.
It was like 4 days ago, as of recording this.
Game Awards happened 4 days ago. It was absolutely huge. It was a massive night in gaming, as it is every single year. And, there was a little bit of controversies. We saw some announcements, some trailers. We saw a speech get interrupted. But other than that, we just kind of got to see a bunch of games get announced or get trailers or new trailers and stuff. And I kind of wanted to be like, let's talk about it. So I'm going to start it off.
Okay.
Del, if that's all right with you.
I just want to say one thing real quick.
Go.
They told me, okay, so I was just to flex, I was an official co-host of the Game Awards. All right. My name was on a web page. They told me that this year was going to be way more streamlined and shorter than last year and the year before.
It was 4 hours.
It was 4 hours. It was not. It was not any of those words. It was maybe is. That entire thing they told me, it is.
It was. It definitely was.
It definitely was, yeah.
Of all the things that I remember about the Game Awards, it definitely was.
Hey, if you like the content on this channel, do us a favor and subscribe. We're trying to hit 50,000 subscribers in 2023, and every single one really helps. We really want this channel to succeed, and the only way for us to go the distance is if you help share what we do to others. Thanks.
All right, well, let's start off the draft then, and I'm going to say my number 4 pick, one of the games that I'm most excited for, Tekken 8.
Really?
Look, I grew up playing the Tekken games. It was one of the first games that I really got into on like the PlayStation 1. Tekken 3 was like one of my favorite games.
I was a Yoshimitsu main, dude.
Yeah, I'm a Hwoarang main. Or a Lin Xiaoyu.
I haven't played since Tekken 2, but that's all I know.
But yeah, I'm mad excited. We've seen a little bit of gameplay for it. It looks beautiful. The cutscenes look immaculate. And we've got some hinting at some return characters that people have been asking for a while. So pretty excited about that. Tekken 8, that's my number 4.
Can I say real quick? Street Fighter's falling really behind Tekken, and that was one of the biggest takeaways from the Game Awards, is that when you got to compare Tekken versus Street Fighter, which is not common to be able to compare 2 new releases, and Street Fighter looks dated, dude.
Have you seen the controversy about the cover art?
No, I haven't. What is it?
We're gonna get a live reaction. This is what their big triumphant return cover art looks like.
Look at that dude's face.
There are people tweeting being like, please change the cover art.
It needs to be changed. Also, like, his face is so what? Who approved?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, my 4th excited game, or game that I'm excited for, I should say, is Space Marine 2. And it was hard to put this at 4th. Just because Space Marine 1 is, bar none, my favorite Warhammer game. It is a fantastic game. Go play it if you haven't. So to see Space Marine 2 and to see the trailers and to see the cinematics and how much effort and how much they're getting it right when most Warhammer games don't, I'm big pumped for it, especially since like it's just a power fantasy game and it's fun.
And Space Marine 1 came out on like the 360, right?
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but it was like the best Warhammer game, and the multiplayer was phenomenal.
My number 3, bit of an outsider, Crash Team Rumble.
Really?
Yeah, man. I loved Crash Bash, which is basically just Crash Bandicoot ripping off Mario Party.
Yeah.
This kind of looks like, from what I can tell from the trailer, it looks kind of like Smash Bros meets basketball.
Yeah, it looked like a Mario Party mini game, just like way better
Yeah.
expanded on.
Yeah, so look, I want to see gameplay for it. All we've seen is a cutscene, or not a cutscene. All we've seen is a pre-rendered trailer. But I'm just really excited to I love games that are just made to be fun, you know. And this looks like something that I would have an absolute blast with. Getting a bunch of mates together, playing this, screaming at each other. Like, I feel like it'd be an absolute great time. So my number 3, Crash Team Rumble.
Okay, for me, my number 3 is going to be Hades 2.
Fair.
Again,
Good pick.
another thing that I had to struggle to place on this list, because Hades 1, arguably the best like top-down beat 'em up type of game I've ever played. It was phenomenal, amazing storytelling, fantastic characters. Everything about it was perfection.
Well, and it won Game of the Year last year.
Yeah, it was one of those games that deserved everything it got, and it was one of my best experiences in gaming I've ever had. So Hades 3 is going to be my number 3 for anticipated.
So my number 2. Look, I was super impressed with the way that they handled the trailer for this one. And I've been very, very excited for this. It's a Rocksteady game. And if you're a fan, you already know what I'm talking about. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. The idea already, like when the first trailer came out like a year or 2 years ago, however long ago it came out, it intrigued me immediately. Playing as the Suicide Squad, killing a Brainiac-controlled Justice League, was already keen for it, excited for it. And then we got to see this trailer, the latest trailer, where they kind of did a little bit of a memorial for Kevin Conroy, who is the voice of Batman in all of the Arkham games and a lot of the animated series and basically anything he can get his hands on. And so to give him a send-off because he did pass away got me really, really excited to see that this is one of the last games that he got to participate in. So I'm really keen for it. I kind of just want to see gameplay. Like that's
I really
what I'm
do.
excited
I'm worried.
for.
They haven't shown any yet. Yeah.
Yeah, they have not shown a lickety-splickety of gameplay, and that is, look, it can be nerve-wracking, but I'm excited. You know, a 4-player kind of beat-em-up, shoot-em-up, Arkham-style game would just tick all my boxes. So very keen for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. That is my number 2.
I hope it doesn't play like Gotham Knights.
Oh, yeah, dude. If it plays like Gotham. But look, different companies, right? Because, yeah, look, it is branded by Warner Brothers, but it's not Warner Bros. Studios. It is Rocksteady. These are the guys behind the Arkham games. So they're a high-quality dev team. They know what they're doing, and that's why, like, I do have a genuine amount of faith in what the game will end up as. You know what I mean?
Yep, we'll just have to wait and see.
Fingers crossed.
My number 2 is going to be a game that I swear nobody knew about until it was announced. Because if you don't know, FromSoft went from like this small development company that was doing like weird games that not a lot of people played. That was like for PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, the Dreamcast even. And there was a franchise, and that was Armored Core. And I believe that there are millions of more Armored Core fans than there were 4 days ago, because they announced that they were going to be doing Armored Core 6. And they have stressed, there was 2 interviews about this game, and they stressed whole on, it is not going to be Dark Souls. It is not going to be open world. Stop thinking about anything we've done before. We are giving you, which is fast-paced arena combat, what it was before. They're giving it to us again. And they don't want anyone else to have any expectations about it being another Dark Souls. They're bringing back Armored Core for what it was, and I am so pumped for it, because Armored Core 4 was the best Armored Core, and I loved that game, and I hope we get more of it. There hasn't been one in like 8 or 10 years or something. It's been forever. And with FromSoft learning as much as they've gotten and all the money they've gotten and everything and the renown, a proper new Armored Core is going to kick ass, and I'm so happy to see it return.
So let me ask, we've named a lot of games, and we're going to name 2 more after this one. Are we going to see reviews on the channel for most of these games, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah!
Definitely. I mean, a lot of them are spaced out, so it makes it really easy to review these specific titles because they're all over the place. Heads up, February has like 31 things, and we're probably going to start reviewing the ones that we miss in February as like extras over the next few months past February, because last year at the launch of the channel, or this year at the launch of the channel, I reviewed like 7 games in a month, and I almost died.
In the next kind of couple of days after recording the news now, we, and by we I mean Del, myself, and Godfoot, are all going to sit down and record a little chat with ourselves where we talk about the direction of the channel and what our plan is for 2023. So keep your eye open for it, because that's coming. All right, my number one pick, and Dal, this is controversial to you because I watched the live stream of you watching the Game Awards, and you mocked this game a little bit.
I mocked a lot of things. You gotta be more specific.
But my number one is Hellboy, Web of Word. I am so excited for this game. If you have been in the channel for any amount of time, you would know that I'm a massive comic fan, and I tend to get stuck when it comes to reviews. I've been stuck with 2 comic games so far.
They haven't been good, have they, man?
They haven't been great, but this already got me excited. Web of Word, you look at the trailer and it looks like the comics do. It's going to be a roguelike action adventure, and it's going to be available on everything. PS5, PS4, Xbox, Switch, and PC. It looks gorgeous. And we saw a little bit of gameplay, and the gameplay looks fun. My only concern is that it is going to be very repetitive. That is what I'm massively worried about.
Yeah, that is a possibility.
Yeah, I hope the game has as much variation as possible. But yeah, just seeing the trailer and kind of getting a little bit of a taste, my number one thing that I'm most excited for, that I'm going to be having my ear to the ground for, I'll be waiting at the window like a widow waiting for her partner to come back from war. I want more information on this bad boy, and I'm so keen to play it.
That's fair. My number one is going to blow people's minds, and that is Remnant from the Ashes 2. Remnant 1 was an indie game that I reviewed and played a lot and did a couple of sponsored things for way back when on the Angry Joe show. And honestly, it was probably in the top 5 for best indie games I've ever played. I had no expectations going into it. It was a RPG that was 3-player co-op focused, that involved running around a destroyed Earth and collecting things and doing builds and exploring and learning the lore. And it was just so polished and so enjoyable for what it was that I genuinely played through it, I think 2 or 3 times, and I did everything there was that the game had to offer. I 100%ed it, all the roguelike stuff, everything. And I played through with my friend Didja and a couple of other people, and it's just to see that it got enough traction and did well enough and kicked butt on Twitch hard enough that we're getting a second Remnant. I'm so excited. Just because like it was special to me in the sense that in a year that had like so many other games that I was disappointed in, I really was shocked that my best experience pretty much was through an indie game from a company that not a lot of people have heard of. So I don't think they could fail. I hope they haven't gotten too big for their own britches and they get too ambitious, because Remnant did what it did really well, and it was simplistic, but it was really solid. And I don't want to see them try to cram a million systems into the game. I just want more of the first, but more, I guess, complex in the sense of like graphics and things. And I want to give an honorable mention to Lords of the Fallen 2. They didn't call it Lords of the Fallen 2. They're just calling it the Lords of the Fallen. A lot of people didn't like the first game. It was very Dark Soulsy, and they said it was very clunky. The reason why a lot of people didn't like it is they used motion capture and actually had like a professional strongman heft something that weighed 200 pounds and swing it like a weapon and all that stuff. I really enjoyed the game. I thought it was good. It was like a solid 7 or 8 for me. So to see that they're coming out with another one, I hope they don't like drop the ball on this one. It was really poorly received the first time, even though I thought it was a great or good game. And yeah, I'm excited to see if the team actually does something good with it this time around.
Something that I've just noticed looking at our list, because look, chat, I don't want to burst your bubble, but behind the scenes, we've both read each other's lists. Every single one of your games is a sequel, but I have 3 brand new IPs. Who do you think is going to have a more enjoyable time with the games they're excited about? Do you think that it's riskier as a gamer to purchase new IPs, or do you think that it's riskier to purchase sequels?
That is a good question, and I genuinely don't know. Like, I just don't know.
Sequels scare me, man. Like, every single time I see a sequel, I'm like, especially for a really good game, I'm like, ugh. Like, even God of War Ragnarok, I was like, no, you gotta have it.
Yeah,
good.
I mean,
like,
so
you know what
I guess I'm
like,
kind of desensitized to the sequelitis.
Yeah, I guess.
Which is what it's called, I think is the specific term. Because I'm just like, if it's good, it's good at this point. All right, Maxine, now it's the time to talk about our equally shared most, I guess, like, I don't give a crap game of the entire thing. And honestly, it's apathetic. And not only that, but I really hated the first one as far as like a gaming standpoint. And that is Death Stranding 2. And I know that's going to upset people, but guys,
oh man,
I don't think Kojima, look, I like to compare Kojima to M. Night Shyamalan, okay? Right? Like, he's got some freaking banger games that he's done, and banger movies in his case, right? But God, not everything he makes is gold. And like, look, dude, I'll give it credit. To me, Maxie, and I don't know if you feel this way, and I'm sure you have your own thoughts on the game.
Yeah.
The idea of package delivery is such a bland topic that even the best iteration of it can't be that good. And to me, the first Death Stranding was just so far up its own ass, and it was so preachy and so just artsy fartsy and just not fun that I could not care less that the second game is coming out.
Yeah, look, I am a massive Kojima fan. Metal Gear Solid 1 was like probably one of the first big adult story games that I ever beat as a kid. Death Stranding for me was me fully understanding Kojima's limits and being like, he needs someone over his shoulder to be like, hey, pull it back.
The Lucas effect.
You're going a little bit too deep. You need to come back. You know what I mean? Because he had full creative control over Death Stranding. It's his baby. And oh my Lord, was that game just like, what the hell is going on?
I stand by the fact that if anyone other than Kojima had made that game, literally, if it did not have his name on it, it would probably be one of the lowest rated games in gaming history. I genuinely feel like a lot of the praise that it gets is because it's Kojima. And like, hot take, but there is a cult following around his stuff, and people think he can do no wrong. And it's just, it was the best possible take on package delivery.
Hey, Doug, guess what?
What?
He did some wrong. Okay?
He did a lot of wrong. Yeah.
For those people who think he can do no wrong, he did some wrong. People can dick ride Kojima pretty hard.
Yeah.
And he's done really well, really well. Even recently, like Metal Gear Solid 5 and the playable trailer for Silent Hill, both absolute bangers.
Yep.
Getting full creative freedom on a game to just do whatever he wants and write the story however he wants was way too much. Rein that man in. He's a brilliant game designer.
Absolutely.
He knows his stuff. He's a great writer, and he comes up with some pretty fantastic ideas. But Death Stranding just was not it for me. And for those of you that are about to get in the comments, or maybe you're already there, maybe you paused the video and you came into the comments.
Do it.
And you started commenting, or you've already commented, Death Stranding might be boring at the start, but as the game progresses, it gets more fun. As combat is introduced, and shut the fuck up. All right? I'm not even going to censor that fuck. We usually censor the fucks in the news. I'm not censoring that one. I'm going to censor the follow-up fucks. You need to shut up, because a game that is boring for the first 35% of it,
it's more
and
like
then
60%.
gets exciting. Okay, 60% then, and then gets exciting for the last 40%. No, dude. Nuh-uh. That ain't it. Death Stranding 2, when I saw the announcement for it, my eyes actually glazed over.
I hope we get proven wrong, though. And that's one thing that I will say is yes, I'm not excited for it. And yes, I could care less. But God, I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope that he learned from, oh my God, this is boring. Or maybe he thought that or whatever. And he just looked at what people enjoyed the most gameplay wise, which to me was the World War I or World War II stuff. I won't say any more than that because you won't have any idea what I'm talking about. But
I don't.
What? You don't? You have no clue? Oh, good. Good. You don't get to, whatever. Don't worry about it. It just proves I played the freaking game. And so maybe I'll get proven wrong and he'll just completely 180 on the gameplay and make it more intuitive and more enjoyable and stuff. And hey, who knows?
Look, I did play the game. I want to say I did play the game. I got up to the point where the game was like, build up your likes. And I was like, nah, I'm not doing this.
I finished it. I forced myself to finish the game.
Yeah.
And it was hard.
And look, and I'm saying all this stuff, and I edit these videos, so I put my comments, and I cut comments out that we make, and I put stuff in and everything like that. And I know that there's going to be comments from people being like, "Oh my God, Max's opinions are like so mid. He's so insufferable. Like, how could you not understand the nuance of Death Stranding?" Okay, bro, like shut the fuck up. Like I want you to know, if you comment anything like that about my opinion about Death Stranding, I don't give a shit about your opinion. I'm just letting you know that right now. I'm going full toxic hours. Death Stranding, horrible fucking game. Nobody can change my mind.
Now, obviously, this entire news episode, for at least like 80% of it, is going to be the Game Awards, and we're going to even label it the Game Awards. But there's two more things we wanted to talk about really quick. And Maxie, let me ask you straight up, what do you think the biggest threat to our youths in America is?
In America?
Yeah.
Guns.
Cut that.
I should laugh.
Just mute it. Mute that part. Like, let's just blank it out. Okay, let's be for the sake of comedy. You're right, but also my joke, okay, is that is that Fortnite is coke. Okay, Fortnite is cocaine, and our kids have been playing Cokenite, which is what we're going to call it. It's Cokenite now, and there is a class action lawsuit comparing Fortnite to cocaine, and it's been approved to proceed, Maxi. And this was filed in 2019, and it alleges, Maxi, that Fortnite is just as bad for our use as coke and as addictive as cocaine. How do you feel about this?
Look, as an absolutely massive fan of one of those things and then like a casual player of Fortnite, this is a bit disappointing. Of course, it's a Canadian law firm, by the way.
Of course, yeah.
Look, it's the stupidest thing in the world. As you read the article, it says games are often described as addictive, but in the case of this lawsuit, the term is being used literally. Calex Legal, the law firm representing the parents, said in its filing that addiction to Fortnite is similar to cocaine addiction, and also cited a 2018 story in which a British behavioural specialist said Fortnite is like heroin.
Oh my God.
I don't know what's going on in law firms in Canada. Do some coke. It ain't like Fortnite, all right? At no point have I gotten a kill in Fortnite and been like, yeah, baby! Woo! And then immediately tried to fuck the nearest female. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it ain't the same, dog.
Sorry, I hardly ever laugh like that. That got me, dude. Just you leaning all the way back and going, woo! But look, we don't know what it's like to play Fortnite when you're 13, Maxi. Okay,
that's very true.
This could be the same sort of like adrenaline rush, you know? Okay, to bring it back down, yes, there are studies that say video games are addictive. And yes, they can be harmful in excessive quantities. But you know who's more at fault than the video game developers? The parents who let their kid play 12 hours a day.
I was about to be like, say it with me, baby.
The parents. And look, I understand that you're worried that your kid is being exposed to horrible social stuff. Honestly, better he's playing Fortnite than Call of Duty and listening to those voice lobbies. But honestly, if your kid's addicted to something, you know you have the power to just take it away. You don't gotta let him play Fortnite.
So one player cited in the lawsuit, who was 13 when the action was filed, that he had allegedly gone from playing a few hours a week to several hours a day in the course of just 2 years, and will often play until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Casual, rookie numbers.
Yeah, right? Another who is only 10 years old argues with his parents about playing Fortnite and becomes very aggressive and vulgar while playing. The 10-year-old has also spent almost $600 in Fortnite V-Bucks, although it's not clear if this was done with or without parental knowledge, which it was done with parental knowledge, okay?
Yeah,
like
$600
from your
a lot
card.
of money. Yeah.
But here's my this is a message to the parents. If you're a parent and your kid's playing a lot of Fortnite and you're worried that he's getting as addicted to it as he would be to cocaine, here's my tip. Go turn it off, dog. Walk up and be like, no, and just turn it off.
Do your job,
But Mom,
yeah.
I want to play Fortnite. No, I'm saying no. But I'm going to be real mad. Cool, go be mad in your room. Like,
Yeah, go
you know
read
what
a
I mean?
book.
Like, just go away.
Yeah, I don't know when it became acceptable that like disciplining your kid and taking things away from them is less of an option than paying lawyers to file a lawsuit against a multi-billion-dollar company. I feel like there's definitely a few steps were skipped in that process, or maybe they were like, maybe you tried, okay? Maybe you tried, your kid's out of control, the Fortnite, you just don't have it in you to force them. I feel like getting your kid to stop playing Fortnite is going to be a way easier battle than battling a multi-billion-dollar mega corporation. But you know, good luck. And if it really does give that hit of high that Maxi just simulated with his woo, and that's how they feel when you're under 15 playing Fortnite, I don't know. I can't speak to that.
I can speak to bad parenting, though.
This is bad parenting. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, just so you know, give your kid a skateboard, a magnifying glass, and then be like, go outside, come home when the lights turn on.
It's a different time, man. It's a different time, yeah.
The rest of this article is just, it's just, the angle of it is so brain dead. Not from the writer of the article at PC Gamer, but just like the entitlement from these parents, from these kids who are just looking for someone to point the finger at. It's no one else's responsibility to maintain a level of not resistance. What do you call it when self-control? It's not Fortnite's or a game developer's responsibility to help you exercise self-control. That's 100% you. When you're a parent, you have to teach your child self-control. If you don't, then yeah, man, a kid's going to play a video game for 7, 8, 12 hours a day because you're letting them do it. It's your responsibility as the parent to teach your kid to not do that kind of stuff, to not, to do their chores still, to go out, to see friends, to socialize. Like that's a big part of your job as a parent. What are you doing? Get off Candy Crush.
True. Facts. All of them. I agree. 100%. I don't think I could have said it better, especially the part about the cocaine-fueled rush and then wanting to go bang a female. I totally know what that's like. Let's go. But yeah, I agree.
Dude,
100%.
Tonight, this week's news spicy. It's a spicy news for me.
Honestly,
I'm ready to fight.
Probably some of the funniest crap we've ever said in the news, but I think we just end it because it's 38 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's do it.
All right, let me just. And with that,
settle in for the outro. Sorry. I just imagine you like, let me just.
I had my hands up and everything, and I was ready to just drop the. All right, here we go.
The biggest outro of 2022. All right, go.
And with that all said, and the thoughts of coke-fueled children on our minds, I'm going to wrap it up for this news week. I know I said there was 2 things, but let's be honest. I just noticed we've been talking for 40 minutes, and I think that's enough. So our creative prompt in the comments this week is going to be, out of everything at the Game Awards, what was your best thing? What was your favorite thing? What are you most excited for? What got you pumped? And if you agree with anything I said, awesome. If you agree with Maxi, awesome. But yeah, that's gonna be your prompt for the comments. Maxi, do you have anything else you want to say to our audience before we go?
I'm so excited to see all your comments about Flute Guy.
Flute Guy was awesome. I gotta be real.
Flute Guy was awesome. Get in the comments and let us know what games you're excited for, what games you saw, the trailers, even ones that we've mentioned, ones that we didn't mention. Maybe you're upset that something didn't make our top 4, or let us know what games you're not excited for. What are you like, ugh, gross, why are they making this game?
It's gonna be it for this week's news. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like the video, like it, do all that stuff YouTubers normally do. There's CTAs now, so I don't even have to do this. But until the next video, this is Delrith and Maxi. We'll be seeing you. Bye.
Bye. What you're excited
Sorry,
for? What
I
trailers
just thought
that
about
you've
you
seen?
just saying sorry and then pausing and then just going, woo!
No, it's better. It's like this. It's like, hang on, bro, hang on. I'm low energy. All right, baby, let's get this outro done!
Play Fortnite!